Yo, good morning, folks. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're in the world. This is Samzilla Gorilla. Welcome to the Definition of Anarchy. Today I'm going to be talking about something a little different, okay? Today I'm going to be talking about Greg Doucette's latest video. Well, in particular, I'll be talking about his take on fitness trackers and jump ropes, and one issue I had with him in this video this morning. And today is August 31st, 2020 on a Monday. Okay, now, let me get into this. This is not a fitness channel, okay? The Definition of Anarchy is not a fitness channel. It is a channel where I push freedom, right? Where I spread truths and things like that, where I talk about certain issues going on in the world today in terms of what our government is doing and all that other stuff, right? Many might consider me a conspiracy theorist. Now, I do plan on creating and starting a fitness channel, right? It's going to be named The Definition of Fit. But I have some things that I need to get in place first, right? Where I want to include things like when I start my smokeless firing range training. So I will be starting training in a smokeless firing range, okay, where I'll be training people how to use firearms and things like that. But you'll be doing it with lasers and whatnot on a screen as opposed to sending live rounds downrange and things like that. Now, this will be dry fire exercises where, you're really learning how to hone your hand-eye coordination skills, your tactical draws and all that stuff, and your different stances. But that's not what this is about. That'll be coming soon. All right. So anyway, what I want to talk about is Greg Doucette's take on the fitness tracker, the jump rope, and whatnot. I'll be giving my 2 cents on it with a little bit more information. First, let me say this. I love Greg Doucette's channel. I am a supporter of his. I watch all his videos, and he gives really great information. He tells the truth. He speaks it like it is, from his heart and his mind, and he tells people what he feels they need to hear as opposed to what they want to hear, and that's what I appreciate in a cat like that. Now, I have benefited greatly from his channel, from the information that he's given on his channel. I have implemented many of the much of the advice that he has given. Many of the things that he has said, I have taken it into account and incorporated it into my own life, especially in regards to the calories in, calories out situation. The calories in, calories out theory, which really isn't a theory. The law of thermodynamics is real, and it also applies to human beings. I am a testament to that. So when I started developing my GERD, right? My gastroesophageal distress syndrome, or whatever you want to call it, the heartburn and the gas and whatnot. I had to eliminate my keto diet and start incorporating carbs back into my diet to help settle my stomach. And in the process, when I started following him, I started learning how to incorporate it and how to include more fiber in my diet, like a lot of fiber. I probably eat as much salad and greens as Greg Doucette eats. At least twice a day, I have a big old bowl of just mixed greens where I'm eating that and things like that. And I also do the French toast every morning, though I do it a little differently. I actually use the egg whites and I use less bread. You see what I'm saying? So I like how it tastes with the egg yolks, and I use less bread, but I use 3 slices instead of 6. So with the egg yolk, it tastes better to me, and I get full off the 3 slices. So it's almost as many calories as eating 6 slices of the bread with just egg whites. Anyway, moving on from that. I'm just telling you, I use a lot of what he suggests. I use a lot of the information he suggests, and it's good information. So I would check out Greg Doucette if you really want to know how to eat a balanced diet, how to go about doing it. He has recipes. He has videos with recipes. He has videos with, he does natty or nots. Very entertaining. He's funny. All that good stuff. But let me get into this. Greg You're right. You're only right 99.6% of the time. Okay. I'm going to hit you with the 0.4%. Now, in regards to the fitness tracker, in particular your video this morning, very retarded of me not to actually remember what the video was. But you know, you did it this morning, August 31st, 2020. There was a guy, he was talking about doing a 22-minute workout where you're burning 1,000 calories, right? And he used the cross ropes. And at the end of that, he shows you how many calories they say he burned during a certain amount of time. But honestly, you said that it was the fitness tracker on his fitness device that he wore. No, it wasn't from the fitness device. I have Crossrope and I use the app. That is what they show you when you're done with the app. It's on the app, not on the fitness tracker. Okay, so what he showed you did not come from a fitness tracker. It came from the app that he used. Okay, so now they do that to me, right? So if I do a 30-minute jump rope exercise using the app, it'll tell me I burn like 600 some calories. And I'm like, ain't no way I burn that many calories in 30 minutes doing that workout. And I agree, it's not HIIT. It's not real HIIT. When I do real HIIT, I can't just rest for 10 minutes and go all out again. No. I usually do that when I'm doing my I really do HIIT when I do my suicide drills at the park or on the track. I do my suicide drills, boom, hit it real hard, do my push-ups and my burpees at the end, and that really takes my heart rate to the highest level. But anyway, that's what they're showing in the app, not in the fitness tracker itself. Now, I use a fitness tracker. It's a Garmin. I know you don't. Greg Doucette does not like fitness trackers. He thinks they're very inaccurate and all this, that, and the third. And how they track your calories, he feels like it's not accurate. But I'm here to give a little bit more information on how these things and how they actually track your. This is a Whoop, okay? It's not a watch. It's a Whoop. This is my Garmin, and this is a Whoop fitness tracker. Okay, so look, let me tell you how it's done. They take your weight, okay? They take your weight and they go with your heart rate, right? But that's not all they do. That's not how they track your calories, by just your weight and your heart rate, right? They also track when you're moving around. So they don't just say, oh, you're burning calories, because you might be going through some stress, right? If you're stressing, if you're under duress and you're just sitting, you may be sitting there and all of a sudden your heart rate goes up and you're under stress, or you're mad about something, so your heart rate is going to go up, or you're nervous, your heart rate is going to go up. It can detect when you're stressing as opposed to when you're being active. So I'll show you. So if you go, let's see. So this thing right here, when you go, this is the Garmin watch. I'm not sponsored by Garmin, okay? But it's counting down. So it wants you to hold still. See, keep still. So it'll give you a certain amount of time to keep still, because it wants to be accurate. See, now this is my stress level right now. Medium stress, 72. So, but if I were moving around, if I were doing this, if I were doing some shoe shines, right? If I were doing all that, then this would stop tracking the stress level and it would go into my calorie burning. You understand? So it doesn't just, if you're sitting there, you're stressed out and you're like, oh my God, and your heart rate's going up, it's not just going to say, oh, you're burning this many calories. No, it's going to detect, if you're keeping still, it won't track it as if you're being active. So it actually tracks it when you're active. So I have some information. So you can go through this thing. You have an app on your phone, and it's connected to this. But if you can also go to your watch face and go down to activities, right? So you can start an activity here. I'm just giving you this information. Look, you can start an activity. See, this is my heart rate, 80 beats per minute, right? So if I go to this part and I hit this button here, boom, I can start an activity. Once you start an activity and you start moving, it'll start tracking your calories, okay? Because it knows you're going to be active, all right? But just because you start an activity on the watch doesn't mean it's going to automatically start counting calories. If you just sitting there, if you just start the activity, you just sitting there like this for 30 minutes, you're probably going to have very low calorie burn, right? So I'll give you an example of a completed activity. So if I go here, I'm going to go to a day where I went all out when I do my rucking. If you guys are familiar with my channel, you guys know I ruck at least 3 days a week. So Saturday, Friday, okay, Thursday. Okay, so this is, let me go to a harder day than that. I think it was Tuesday, man. Tuesday was a tough one. So Tuesday, I rucked for 1 hour and 55 minutes. Let me go into it. Let me go into the details. All right. It has to load it up. All right, so I go into the details. Boom, I hit the details. It'll show you the distance was 2.7 miles. The time that I spent doing it was 1 hour and 55 minutes, 42 seconds. My average speed was 1.4 miles per hour. Calories burned, 1,074 in 1 hour and 54 minutes. Now, that day, I was doing the stairs, all right? I did the stairs 5 times. I did 5 laps up the Culver City stairs. So I went up the stairs, down the stairs. That was the day. Was that day that the trail was cut off? No, I did 2 on the trail and 2 up the stairs. So and it also shows you, if you go down, so it calculates all this stuff. It doesn't just say, oh, your heart rate's this and you this weight this much. Oh, you burn this many calories. No. So it also tracks your maximum heart rate. My max heart rate was 174 beats per minute. My anaerobic TE was 3.4, and my aerobic TE was 3.4. My anaerobic TE was 2.0. Okay, and my total ascent was 974 feet. That means, in all, I climbed 974 feet total during that time. So it tracks all that stuff, and it calculates. And my descent was 974 feet. So I went up as many feet as I went down. You understand? So it tracks all that, and then it calculates your calories. Now that's 1,074 in an hour, in 55 minutes, almost 2 hours. I did 1,074 calories, and that day my heart rate did not drop below 154 beats per minute the entire time. So what I'm saying is, I feel like that's pretty accurate. For a guy that my weight, I weighed 194 pounds that day, and I was carrying a 45 pound ruck, 45 pounds on my back, with another 5 or so pounds of other stuff like liquid, fluid, water, and things like that. Water, my pants, and all that. I count all that. That's about 50 pounds. Okay, so I had 50 pounds, and I was rucking 974 feet ascent. At a distance of 2.7 miles, 1.4 average miles per hour, and things like that. So I feel like it's pretty accurate. So what I suggest that Greg Doucette do, instead of just shitting on the watches and shitting on the devices, he should actually get one of the devices himself. He should purchase one of each device and do a review on it. That's what I suggest. Do a review. Actually get the shit. Put it on your body. Wear it. Use it. Use it when you're doing your biking. Use it when you're doing your weightlifting. And actually wear it and track and do all and compare it to whatever other thing you use to calculate your calorie burns. Instead of just saying, oh, it's this, that, and third. It's not accurate when you say, oh, they just take your weight and they take your heart rate and they calculate. No, that's not all they do. Okay, when you're being still, it notices when you're still. It notices when you're active. Okay, it notices when you're going up and down somewhere. It notices how you're exerting energy and things like that. One thing I will say, I wish I could put in this thing I wish there was an option for rucking, right, in the app where you can, or in the watch, where you say you're rucking and it asks you how much weight you're putting on. Because if I'm throwing on 50 pounds of weight, that's going to increase my calorie burn. So I feel like I did more than 1,074 calories that day because I had the extra weight. It's only going by my 194 pounds in the exertion I did. It's not doing the 144 pounds, 244 pounds total. So maybe if I put in the weight of 244 pounds that day, maybe I'll start doing it and then I'll see the difference. But that's with the fitness trackers. I suggest you go ahead and get yourself several of these fitness trackers, right? Do a review on it, and you never know. They might want to sponsor you if you do a fair review of these watches. Anyway, so like I said, he wasn't tracking. He wasn't using the fitness tracker. That was that picture you showed where it showed he burned 800 something calories in 22 minutes. That wasn't from a fitness tracker. That was from the actual CrossRope app. I know because I have it. So anyway, let's get to the rope. This is the 5-pound rope. I use this puppy as often as I can, right? It changes the game. But let me tell you something. Also, how Greg Doucette describes how you're using the rope. He kind of downplays it, kind of plays it off. I feel like unfairly, but it is what it is. That's his take on it. I'm going to give you some information on how I feel the rope is working for me, and I'm not sponsored by CrossRope. This is not this is not an ad for CrossRope or Garmin or the Whoop. And I was about to say the Whoop tracked my calories that day. That same day that I was just telling you guys about and showing you the details on. I had the Whoop do the same thing. I'm using both of them to see which one I feel works better. This is funny when I'm doing my rucking, this counts less calories than the watch. But if I'm doing my martial arts, right, if I'm doing the heavy bag or whatever else, it counts more calories than this. It's kind of weird how it does that. Anyway, moving on. So with the rope, let me tell you how the rope works, okay? Now, Greg said you're using effort to spin the rope one time, and then every other time the rope is kind of do it in itself. There's a little more to it than that. Yes, there is some centrifugal force, but you have to hold that rope in place. Not in place, but you have to keep that rope from swinging wild and you're not just doing that, and you're not levitating in the air and the rope is just spinning. You're not like, oh, and then the rope is just spinning on its own. No, you have to engage a lot of muscles to keep that rope from flopping around. And the more weight the rope has, the more exertion you're going to use, the more engagement that you're going to have in your muscles. So there's a certain way you do the jump roping where you engage your chest, you're engaging your core, your back, your shoulders, your biceps, your triceps. You're engaging all that to keep that rope steady, to keep that rhythm up, and to keep from freaking flubbing it up, right? You have to have good engagement to keep that rope from tripping up on that rope. And you have to jump a certain amount in the air. Now, it's not a replacement for weightlifting. It's not like a replacement for like pull-ups or lat pull downs or push-ups, or it's not that, but you're engaging the whole time. It's almost isometric. It's like it's isometric holds. You're engaging your core, you're engaging your chest, you're engaging your shoulders to keep that rope steady. And you're improving your posture because your posture has to be great in order for that rope to spin properly, right? So you're here. Your chin is up, your chest is out, your back's engaged, your back is really engaged in order to just keep from flopping. So it's not like, oh, okay, I spin it one time and then the rope's going to do the rest. No, you still have to put in the work. You still have to engage damn near every muscle in your body. I know that when I was plateauing, when I got down to about 220 or 230, I was plateauing, I got these ropes and it changed the game. It added, when you do this, I go a little tougher with the ropes than what CrossRope has on the app. I feel like the CrossRope app, they need to do a little bit more different shit. They need a little more variation. They need to include the 5-pound ropes. They need to change up the body weight exercises. There's a lot of shit they need to do differently to keep me engaged. I do my own thing with the rope. I don't really go by the app. But anyway, so you're engaging your whole body's engaging. You're engaging damn near every muscle, because there's a certain posture you have to have when you're using that rope. You understand? There's a certain posture. Now, he said he taught his kids jump rope. I don't know how deep he got into it, but check out Jump Rope Dudes. That's where I learned how to jump rope. They give great tutorials on how to start jump roping, and my jump rope game improved. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like it got me past my plateau, because guess what happened? When I incorporated the jump rope, I added another calorie burning element. It's cardio. It's some of the best cardio you'll ever have, if you do it right. If you have the intensity and you're doing the tricks, and depending on what trick you do, you're going to engage more. Like if you do the double under, you're going to engage more than if you're just boxer skipping, right? Or if you do a crisscross, then you're giving your shoulders a break. Every time you do a crisscross, or when you do a side swipe, right? There are different things to incorporate. You can do a squat. There's a number of things you can do with the jump rope that'll keep you engaged. I enjoy doing the jump rope. There's engagement. It's not like powerlifting. Not going to do it for ultimate strength. But if you get this puppy right here, okay, Greg, I challenge you to get the 5-pound rope, swing it one time, and see if it swings itself after that. Even with the 2-pound rope, you still have to engage. You still have, even though the rope's swinging, you still have to engage to keep that thing swinging the way you want. If you think you're going to swing it once and it's going to do the rest, then you're going to, guess what? You're going to do one swing, you're going to screw up. Then you got to do another swing, then you're going to screw up. Then you do another swing, and that's going to take away from the intensity. It's going to mess up the momentum. But if you're engaged properly and you're doing that thing, guess what? You're going to be engaged. It's going to work for you. It worked for me. Now, if you do it for 30 seconds, I mean, what I do is I do a 30-second jump, or to a minute. Then I'll hit some push-ups, or I'll be at the stairs. I'll do some pull-ups. I'll do some push-ups. I have a pull-up bar right over here. I'll incorporate that into my jump rope. So different things you can do. The jump rope, it primes your body, essentially. So that's my take on it. I love Greg Doucette. He has a great channel. Go check it out. Like, share, subscribe. And yeah, I'll holler at y'all later. And like I said, Greg, get yourself some fitness trackers and check it out for yourself. Get yourself a cross rope. Check it out for yourself. Don't get the 1/4-pound rope. I have 11 different ropes in different sizes. I got the 3-ounce, the 1/4 pound, the 6-ounce, the 1/2 pound, the 9-ounce, the freaking 1 pound, 2 pound. I got a 3/4 pound. I got a freaking 1.5 pound. I got a 3 pound. Then I got a 5 pound. So I use all those. So anyway, check it out for yourself. I'm not saying get all those ropes. I'm saying maybe start with a 1 pound and 2 pound, and check out the Jump Rope Dudes so they can tell you how to engage and show you how it actually works. And it's not to build muscle. These jump ropes are not to build muscle. It's to get lean. It's about being lean. Even if you use the 5-pound rope, you're not going to build muscle like a bodybuilder. That's not what they're designed for. So if there are people out there that are pushing the cross rope and they're telling you, "Oh, you're gonna gain so much muscle," they're lying to you. That's not what it's designed for. It's designed to lean you out. It's designed to burn fat, and that's what it does. It's designed to burn calories. Anyway, much love to you guys. Check y'all out later. Like, share, subscribe. Peace out.